Hi. Hi, good morning. This is Kim Reads Urantia. It's nice to see you. And we're gonna read from the Urantia book. But first we're gonna read from Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. Okay. And today's September 11th. Okay, so um I remember 9/11, and I just want to say thank you to the heroes that gave their lives that day. And this has been a great trial for our country in the last 20 years. It's 20 years ago. So some time has passed, and you'd think we'd have some perspective on this, but I still don't feel that this is clear. The lessons from this tragic event are made clear to most of us. Um, I think I pray for forgiveness. I pray that um, we're able to forgive, to look at this past and appreciate the lessons, and forgive these perpetrators, because they lacked understanding. They lacked I lack understanding too, but I'm not going to do that. um, these hearts that are filled with such malice, and then that just makes a pattern of that. These children are playing outside. Okay, I just try to stay focused. Yeah, so the hearts that are filled with malicious intent, that just reverberates and just creates more turmoil and destruction. So the only thing we can do is insulate ourselves from that malice, from feeling it ourselves. And when we do that with forgiveness, with God's love, we have to realize that God loves both the victim and the perpetrator, that both of them are hurting, both of them have suffering in different ways. The lessons that we learned from this day are just that we are so limited in our understanding, and the vengeance is futile. It's futile. Please, let's learn that. There's no there's no end in vengeance. It doesn't end. It's a dark hole, and it keeps going deeper and deeper and swallows us up until there's nothing. It sucks the humanity out of us, and we can't let that happen. We can't let that happen to us, no matter what. So the only way to avoid that is to appreciate our humanity and to embrace our own suffering, even though that's painful, because that's the only way it will pass through us. It has to pass through us. It can't pass around us. If we lock the door of our hearts and I'm not going to let the suffering in, it sits there and waits for us. It sits there, waits for us. It's very patient. So we have to see that humanity in us and allow ourselves to suffer that. And then when we do that, we are able to see the humanity in the other. When we see the humanity in the other, then we are able to heal this divide, this rift. Then we're able to heal. Not until we do those things. So I pray that people can find this grace to be able to suffer this loss and to forgive. It's the only way. It's the only way. Okay, this reading here is by Andrew Harvey, inspired by Saint John of the Cross. And I did a little research on Saint John of the Cross. He was a Spanish writer. He was a Carmelite. So within the Carmelite sect, because they had all these religious sects of Catholicism, and he lived in the 1500s. He lived from 1542 to 1591. Okay, so within the Carmelites, there was a group of them that split off a little bit and wanted to reform that Carmelite sect by going back to oh gosh, it means like not wearing shoes, but it's more deeper than that. That's just a symbolism. So it's a more profound expression of humility, is what I feel. Now, I'm not a scholar on this. I just did a cursory little bit of reading on this. So please don't take my word for things. So and he was persecuted for those beliefs. He was persecuted. He was imprisoned for 9 months and tortured during that time. During which time, when he emerged from that prison, he wrote something called The Dark Night of the Soul, which is a famous piece of writing, and some very beautiful writings. So I think that from this chaos and this brutality, if we are able to forgive, we can emerge from that and be blessed with just sublime insights, and that can in turn bless humanity. But it's this purification process. This is difficult process that we go through, and it's hard. But anyway, so today we remember Saint John of the Cross, as well as those heroes of 9/11 and what they went through during that horrible trial. Okay. In order to come to taste everything, may I lose my taste in everything. In order to arrive at what I do not know, may I go by a way I do not know. In order to arrive at what I am not, may I go through the way in which I am not. Okay, so this is very metaphysical. Jesus says, he who wishes to save his soul will lose it, or to save him his life, or was it his life or his soul, whatever, something. Wishes to save his life will lose it, and the one who wishes to give up his life will find it again and take it up. So he's saying, I have to lose my taste, right? In order to taste everything. And in order to arrive at something, I have to try something that's unknown to me. And in order to arrive at what I am not, I have to go through the way in which I am not. So, okay, so it's like people who are really like concrete in their thinking. So, why do you want to be something that you're not? Because, you know, when you have this holy explorer in you that wants to be not just what you are, but wants to be everything. And I've felt that a great deal in my journey. I want to be everything. I want to connect with everything. So in order to do that, you know, I have to expand what I am. So I have to try new things and go the way that I'm not, the way that I'm afraid to go. I have to confront my own uncertainties and my own, you know, yeah, my own lack of understanding in order to grow, in order to be more than what I am. So, yeah, go by a way that I do not know. To be more than what you are today. Okay, that's pretty profound. I hope you can grok that a little bit. I think I can a little. All right, here we go. Okay, so here we're reading paper 18, Supreme Trinity Personalities. So the Eternals of Days. We're on section 2. This is pretty short. It's not that bad. So I'm going to read it through. Each of the billion worlds of Havona is directed by a Supreme Trinity personality. Okay, so we're within Havona. Havona is big, 1 billion worlds. That's a lot. So this is big. You know, I always thought of heaven as a little place, a few little clouds up there, you know, where only the good people can go, you know. But heaven is huge. Okay. But each one of these worlds is ruled by a Supreme Trinity personality. Okay, did we talk about those? These are rulers. These rulers are known as the Eternals of Days. Okay. And they have, and they number exactly 1 billion, one for each of the Havona spheres. And these, they're not making any more. So they're not making any more worlds of Havona. So what happens when Havona gets filled up? It must at some point. I think, you know, but you know, it's magic, right? So maybe these billion worlds are expandable. The whole thing is expandable. But 1 billion worlds. I like that. I thought it was just one world. I thought it was just a few clouds where only the very best people go up there and sing to God on their most of the time, and then on their day off they go and polish their harps or something. But this is so much more exciting and inviting. Okay, so one for each of the Havona spheres. They are the offspring of the Paradise Trinity. But like the secrets of supremacy, There are no records of their origin. Forever have these two groups of all-wise fathers ruled their exquisite worlds of the Paradise Havona system, and they function without rotation or reassignment. Okay, so these are permanent things. And so there's no record of their beginning. So that means they must be eternal, like the Father, like the Trinity itself. So they were conceived of very soon, very near the beginning, which of course there's not really a beginning, but if we try to stretch it out and conceive of a beginning, right. I just had the flash of the Mandelbrot set. Okay, how the beginning, it's kind of this little, it's got a circle with a dent in the right side, so that dent where it is, that's the beginning. You know what? I'm tired of this thing. Tired of it. Okay, all right. All right, so it's got a dent in the middle. That's where the beginning is. I don't know. That's just flashed into my head for whatever reason. So, but it's a circle, but it's got a dent in it. So the dent is the beginning, but it goes on forever because it's kind of like a circle, but the dent is still the beginning. Mandelbrot set. It's math. I'm not going to make you do math this early in the morning. Okay. Good morning, sweetie. Forever have these two groups of all-wise fathers ruled their exquisite worlds. Thank you. That's my wonderful son. Yep. Yeah, he loves his mom. That's good. I'm a lucky mom. Okay. And they function without rotation or reassignment. Okay. The eternals of days are visible to all will creatures dwelling in their domains. Okay. So you can walk right up to them. They're visible. They preside over the regular planetary conclaves. Periodically and by rotation. It says by rotation, but they function without rotation or reassignment. Okay, I'm peaked now. Periodically and by rotation, they visit the headquarters spheres of the 7 super universes. Okay, so they're visiting outside of Havona. They're close of kin to and are divine equals of the ancients of days who preside over the destinies of the 7 super governments. That's a lot of power. When an eternal of days is absent from his sphere, his world is directed by a Trinity teacher son. Okay, so once in a while they'll go visiting their friends, the ancients of days, and then a Trinity teacher son will, fill in for the vacation or something. Except for the established orders of life, such as the Havona natives and other living creatures of the central universe, the resident eternals of days have developed their respective spheres entirely in accordance with their own personal ideas and ideals. They visit each other's planets, but they do not copy or imitate. They are always and wholly original. Okay. The resident eternals of days have developed their respective spheres. Okay, so they're able to have the freedom to create their own worlds as they see fit. It's an expression of themselves. They're originals. The architecture, natural embellishment, Morantia structures, and spirit creations are exclusive and unique on each sphere. Every world is a place of everlasting beauty and is wholly unlike any other world in the central universe. and you will each spend a longer or shorter time on each of these unique and thrilling spheres on your way inward through Havona to paradise. So we have to visit all of them. And remember, there's a billion of them. So we're going to be, our social calendar is full. Yes, it is. It is natural on your world to speak of paradise as upward, but it would be more correct to refer to the divine goal of ascension as inward. Yep. Okay. I like that. I love that because this, yep, the spokes on the wheel on the outside. You've got you're trying to go to the center. The center is where everything is happening. It's not the top of the pyramid. Although the pyramid, that form has a purpose in that structure, I know, but we're talking about ascension toward the center. Okay, that's it for today. It's been great. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. And I think we'll have Andy with us tomorrow. So yay. Okay. All right. Bye.